was a freedom of we could do whatever the fuck we wanted to. And I think that is a joy when it comes to role-playing game. It's like you aren't put into a line. There's no when you're bowling, there's none of that bullshit on the side. You can strike the fuck out if you want to.
There's no bumpers.
No bumpers. You can get those gutter balls. You can just get all up in them gutter balls. And I thought that was nice. I appreciated the way you did it. It was a slow start as when people don't follow directions. I don't know the nature of like if they were given the opportunity to follow directions or not follow directions.
Everyone was given the opportunity, but the thing is everyone's on their own schedule.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on this weekend.
Sure.
And it's a Monday. So I don't disparage anyone for not having the character complete.
I do.
I mean, you were given a lot more time than everyone else.
Oh, well then
you were the most
at that time.
I know, but you were given the most ahead. Holker was given quite a bit. He knew. Andrea could have known. Jazzy and Max, I think I confirmed with them today. So it's one of those things. Yes, you could have had everyone been paying attention. They had the opportunity, but I'm not faulting anyone. This is a hobby for everybody.
What you're telling me is it's your fault.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that.
No, I will. I'll say that. Your fault that took away from my game playing time, where I could have the joy of being this completely wacky character, my butthole surfer character of the one shot, because that's who I was playing. I enjoyed being stupid. There is a joy in being a fucking dumbass.
Yes.
And I felt like I played it well. What was your favorite moment, Mukbanger?
Favorite moment? I liked everything up to the Baroness. After the Baroness was cool, I liked everyone together.
Yeah.
I think I kind of knew this was going to happen. That's why I said it. So what I could have done better. I'm gonna sidestep your question first in saying this.
Yeah.
What could I have done better? What do you think I could have done better?
I think you could have prepped everyone and made sure they were on the same fucking like place, and made sure that they knew ahead of time better, but that's not your style. So
well, you touched it with a pen. This idea of it's interesting. So I'm gonna give and I'm gonna take here.
Good.
The taking is, I think you're right. Setting up a situation, an event, I could have organized it better because I'm gonna make a lot of decisions, and it would have gone a lot smoother had all the decks been in a row. That said, I have done this a long time. At this point, I've done it a really long time. I mean, 20 years. And what I've gathered from that 20 years is this. Players, no matter what you do as an arbiter, players are going to fuck off. You got some players that will be on it, Johnny on the spot. You got some that it does not matter what you do. They will do it the last minute. Doesn't matter how much you threaten, how much you promise, etc. They will have half a character at most sitting down to the table. And this is what I have learned as an arbiter. Not as a player, but as an arbiter. Or a GM or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you live in Kentucky.
It is not, and this is contentious, it is not the arbiter's job to prepare the players. It is the arbiter's job to tell them what they need to know for the game. But it is not the arbiter's job to make the players have fun. It is not the arbiter's job to wipe their asses. It is not the arbiter's job to cajole them into getting what they need done. Fact is this. Let me spin it on it.
I want to defend Jazzy Cabbage.
No,
and Max.
you're not. No, I'm gonna throw it at you. You are the director of a film, let's say.
Yeah.
You give the people the script. You say, hey, look, it's going to be a script that's improvised.
Yep.
You don't really know what's going to happen, but you know the date, you know the time.
Yep.
And you know what you need to prepare. You need a character that is functional in this very scant setting. You need to do the work.
I got an answer for you there
show up
too.
to set.
Yeah.
You show up to the set.
Yeah.
No one knows their lines.
Oh.
No one's brought anything.
Yeah,
no one has any. They have literally not looked at the message you sent them.
I've never
and said okay to.
Yeah. So
and then everyone looks at you. Everyone looks at you and they say, "Well, it's your fault." That's what a GM. That's what an arbiter has shat at them every single time. It's you ran the event. It's like, no, I didn't run a fucking event. Yep. I played a role, which is we all agreed to show up and do a game. And it is not my fault you didn't wear underpants.
Well, you know, people need direct communication that is clear. Direct communication that is clear.
Make a character. Make a character. Here's what you need to make the character. You have bought the book. Make the character. Make it before. It's not super. It's not going to ruin everything, but have as much as possible done. And then you don't for a lot of reasons.
Direct communication. They need direct communication. A text, an email, a direct, something that beeps.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No, I agree with you. I agree. Where we are, if it's on a Discord, if it's on a fucking Discord, people don't check. I mean, I get where you're at.
That's on them.
Necessarily.
That is on them. What do you got to do? Fondle the butthole? Listen, we have 10.
Like,
we had no. Disagree. 100%.
I disagree. People, if you want to do a film, if you want to make something happen, people fucking need to be coddled. That is.
Then you don't hire them.
No,
you don't hire them
because you don't. You have to coddle people that you don't pay. You have to. So
this is why I said it's not a film. This is why I said it's not a film. It's not a film. It's not. They're not doing work for you.
It's a fun. We're doing.
No one is doing work for me.
We're doing a fun.
No one is doing work for me.
It's a fun. It's not a film.
I'm gonna stop yelling.
No
one is doing work for me.
Never gonna stop yelling. I'm only gonna yell.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody does work. When they show up, they're doing work.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
I am listening. Everybody's doing work.
Yeah, what did I say? What did I say?
I don't know.
What do I mean? What do I say? Because you're not listening, so you obviously know what I'm saying and mean. So go ahead and tell me.
What you're saying is we're here to have fun, and people are just gonna like lollygag into it and just be at the base level.
And it is their fault. It is their fault. It is no one else's fault but theirs.
If you're gonna put your face in front of a fucking camera, like, and this is where I'm at, Generation Xer, like firm Generation Xer, I come hot. I come prepared. Like if I see just the notion of something's happening, I'm attuned, I'm aware, and I'm in it. And that is the way that I look at things. Like, because if I'm not prepared, like I get embarrassed.
A lot of people are not that way, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, and you surround yourself with people that are better than you. That is the goal. Like,
I'm not going to
where
go for this. No. No. I see the angle. I see the flanking maneuver, and you're not going to get you're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it.
That's the goal. I mean, you want.
I'm
like,
too savvy. I'm too smart. You can't do it.
What we need, motherfucker, is Seth Green. We need Seth Green and Patton Oswalt to be like our wingman. And they're gonna bring the fucking noise.
It doesn't matter, and this is my point.
It does matter.
Okay, are you gonna listen?
Maybe.
Then I'm gonna stop talking.
You're gonna give excuses, is what you're giving. You're gonna tell me like, we're having fun, we're friends having fun, holding hands, and I don't even know what fucking Generation Z, like a Z, like we're all together in a lovely happiness where like everything is okay, like everybody's fine, we're all fine, we're dandy, we're gonna just flow down the river of kindness and accept joy that comes to us on a regular fucking basis, because that's the day-to-day. We experience the fucking joy of day-to-day. Everybody's got our fucking back. I mean, seriously, everybody's in line there to support us on a regular basis. Just feeling, they got their little tail wrapped up our asshole, just kind of gently in, not a little bit, but the tip is just gently in, and it's in that pleasurable space, that joyous, like you feel it, and you're
The visual is the best part. You sound like a Gen Xer.
It's so good. It's all so good.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, what do people take seriously? Like, the fact is, if I say, hey, look, I got a birthday party. Come to my birthday party.
It's your birthday. Let's celebrate your birthday, man. It's so cool. Thank you for inviting me to your birthday. Yeah.
And then you always have people that show up. You know, if I say, hey, look, it's 5 o'clock, that's when it is. You got people that show up at 4 o'clock. You got people that show up at 3:30. And you're just like, dude.
I'll be there. I'll be there at 2:15. Like, dude.
And you're like, dude, motherfuckers, I'm not even in there yet. I thought I had till 5 because when I said show up.
You're having a birthday party at your house. Like, I was gonna bring the briquettes. We gotta, like, if we're gonna do like the charcoal, we gotta warm them up and shit, you know.
Right. So you have people that don't listen, and then you have people that you say it's 5 o'clock, they show up fucking 10. I got a couple friends like that. They show up fucking 10 and they expect you to do a thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, I had this and I had to go to Harrodsburg. I'm sorry. That's a very specific example. And if my buddy
who's say Montreal,
he's not watching. He's not watching. But if he's watching, he knows who he is.
It's 10 o'clock. It's 10:15. Party's over.
It's fucking midnight.
It's done. It's
fucking midnight.
Done.
And they're like, oh, yeah, hey, are you still going? And they're still in Harrodsburg. And it's like, you know, it's for anyone in the chat who might be watching, it's just a long way away. My point is this.
We scared the one extra person away. They're done.
The point is this. You said excuses. You're right. Full of excuses. The fact is this. Everyone in a game, in a tabletop role-playing game, has a responsibility. Everyone who decides to be in that game has a responsive fucking ability. And what that is you got to show up prepared as you can. You got to facilitate it as best as possible because it's not entertainment. It's not you sat down at the movie and you get to watch the movie. No, you have to participate. And if you don't, there's no one else to blame but yourself. That's it. And you not doing that takes the time and energy of everyone else. So,
but the day before, the day of is too late. The day of is too late. That is my excuse. Yeah, the day of is too late.
No, it's not. No.
Yes, it is. Oh, absolutely it is. And it is for like a myriad of reasons. I could be busy that day. No, I could be busy that day. If it is the day of, it's not enough time. You need notice. Everybody needs fucking notice. They need, I don't know, 48 hours. They need, like for a game like we do.
Look, hold on.
No, like literally.
You're taking that out of context.
I'm going to context the shit out of this. I need as of Tuesday, the week before, like it is a best case scenario if I know what the fuck we're doing next Monday, because I have 6 days to fucking figure it out. Maybe 5 days, like Wednesday. We call a Wednesday.
You're talking about yourself. You're not. We're talking about in generalities of players. I'm not talking about you. Most players. Hey Ken, I'm not talking about you.
I'm gonna bring.
I'm talking about players.
I'm gonna bring all the players up to me. Like I am.
No,
the player.
that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
It is.
Why do you need 6 days?
Because you have to have 3 days to fuck off and have it like simmer in your brain. You need
bullshit.
You need 64 hours to work it out. You can't. Nothing happens in one day. Like ever. Nothing happens in one day.
Bullshit.
I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit because I sat down and it was 2:00 in the afternoon when I started working on this. Sure.
You're not going to flank me. You're not going to outflank me. You didn't answer the question.
But having the knowledge, the more notice that you can give somebody, the more time,
the more moral high ground you have,
the more shit that you can say.
Bullshit.
That you can say in 10 different ways. This is why you can't be a part of our campaign, because you don't put the fucking effort in.
Bullshit.
But that's the difference between Generation Xers, me, we're exclusive. Millennials, you, inclusive. Motherfucker, you are inclusive as bullshit. And like, like I am the first person, and I play Dolby as Generation Xer. He will fucking cut a motherfucker in half. He's exclusive as hell.
So this is why I call bullshit on most of what you said. If I agree to go do something, for example, if I agree to do a job, whatever the job is, maybe it's for free. Maybe I'm just doing it, a favor. And I agree, and I have 30 minutes notice. I agreed.
Agree.
And you know, I can bitch and moan about the information that's been given to me. I agreed.
Yeah. Agree.
It's on the fucking players. You, as a player, better be prepared. Because if you're not, we'll deal with it. But the fact is, you don't get to play as much. Why? Because we spend an hour and a half making characters. That's it. That's not my fault. Last Monday, I said, we're doing a one-shot. The only person who reached out to me is you. The only one. Everyone else waited. And they weren't gonna reach out. I ended up reaching out to them at various times. Now, I didn't give them much notice. But the fact is, it's not on me to do that. It's not on me to do that. It's on them. They're the ones that want to go to the show. So why aren't they doing, oh, well, I'm not going to, and this is the whole thing. People have it in their minds that the GM is running some sort of event and that they're there to entertain. And they got to event coordinate. No, bullshit. I call bullshit. When you go and sit down and play Monopoly, everyone fucking comes to the game. And if someone sits down at the table and you're all ready to play, you got your fucking Lay's, you got your ranch dip, you got your goddamn fucking terrible swill of a beer or whatever it is you do. And someone's like, hold on a second. I mean, just so you know, I don't know how to play this game at all. Then everyone's going to be like, okay, I guess we'll run through the rules. And if someone's like, well, okay, let's do that. And then I got to leave in an hour. This happens. And we're all friends and we all do it. And no one's getting paid. And ooh, so-and-so shouldn't. No. You come to the table as prepared as you want to be. I am ready for that because I've been doing it for 20 years.
Well, you did spend some time like telling a story. I mean, you created some moments. You wrote something down. You got an outline. You got like. Okay,
I knew what was going to happen.
No, it doesn't. No, let me get on my like soapbox. I want, and it'll take me a second because I gotta change
Make
the
yourself
fucking.
I know
I gotta make myself fucking bigger.
I know.
So here we are in this little world. Like, why are we in this world? We're floating in this place, and everything is built, and there are details and like all this, the movement, the moments, the actions. I mean, admittedly, you know, we start in a tavern. Like, where do we go? Like, why do we have to get here? What is the point of getting here? What is the point of being there? A lot of episode 0 isn't even online. So one of my things to say to you, episode 0, DreadLore, fucking adjectives, it's good content. So we have to embrace the content. We have to embrace character building a place, building our people up. If this was Dungeons and Dragons, if this was fucking who owned Hasbro, if we were in Hasbro world and had to build like 5 characters, 4 characters, how long would it take? We'd be rolling dice, we'd be trying to fucking figure it out. And
with people that knew the game, are you asking a question?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan.
I will tell you, if people know what they're doing, if they are prepared,
how long does
if they are seasoned,
how long does it take to become an expert? Like for me, like if I wanted to roll a Dungeons and Dragons character,
a level 1 D&D character, people will say from start to finish, from scratch, if you know what you're doing, you could build a character. I could make a D&D character, version 5, 5th ed, and have it complete probably 20 minutes. Have it being able to be used 5 minutes. Like, I could do it. The thing is, I'm going to be winging it. And I'm not going to be playing a super, I'm not going to play a caster. I'm going to play something that is simple. If you're going to drop a wizard, if you're really good at D&D and you really know what you're doing, you could probably do it in 5 or 10 minutes to make a level 1 character because it's pretty basic. However, if you're going to go through the motions, you're going to roll the random dice. You're actually going to take a little bit of time to choose your spells. And maybe you don't automatically know, okay, obviously these oath level spells, these first level spells, obviously. You've actually got to look. You actually have to read a little bit. An hour. It'll take you an hour. To someone who doesn't know, that actually has to be like told what to do and how it works, it'll take you a goddamn hour.
No.
If you're doing it on your own, a couple hours.
Nope.
That's the truth. People don't think that. They're like, oh yeah, it's so fucking easy. No, it's not. No, it's not.
So, like with Dungeons and Dragons, I've read the books. I've got 3 of the books. I got 3 of the books right fucking here. No, just.
Is it 5th ed or 3rd ed?
It's whatever the fuck these books are. Like I read. Oh shit! I can't get.
Let me see the cover.
Fuck me. I mean, I know these are all out of date at this point. I got this fucking book.
That's 5th edition.
I got Player's Handbook. I got this fucking book.
Yeah, that's 5th edition.
I got this fucking book, whatever this fucking book is. Jamal.
Yeah, so you bought all 3 books because D&D makes you buy all 3 books. You know, by the way,
3 books.
DreadLore makes you buy 1 book.
These are like hundreds of dollars.
That's like 120 to 150 bucks.
Versus this
and that's basic.
1 book. This book. So these 3 books versus this 1 book. These are the same. There's like the same amount of stuff in both of these fucking books.
Well, there's a much more robust monster manual in the monster manual.
Different amount of stuff. But I read all 3 of the books and I was like, how do I make a character? I don't.
Well, the monster manual is not for making characters. The DMG is not for making characters. The PHB is what you need if you're going to play the game. But the thing is, I mean, I don't want to go on a high horse here.
I read the books.
The point is this.
I read the books. I like know that
those books.
You know,
the DMG does not tell you how to run a game. The way that you run D&D is you get into a game and you learn.
The Player's Handbook. I read this shit and I have no fucking idea.
Well, it's because these games you learn by doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the PHB in 5th ed is very good for building a character. A person who's a noob can get on there and within about an hour, they can probably make a 1st level. They could probably make a 3rd level character probably pretty easily. If it's a wizard, they're not going to make it right. If it's a cleric or a druid, they're probably not going to make it right, but they can do it. If they multi-class, it's going to take them 2 or 3 hours, maybe even a whole session. Someone who really knows what they're doing, they already kind of have the build in mind, an hour to make a really solid character. In DreadLore, it's going to take you an hour to make a character if you go through all of the motions. However, we could have made quick versions where I do this. I say, okay, what is your name? Pick 4 attributes, 4 traits, whatever it is. Something physical, something mental, something extra, whatever it is, a quirk about your character. Pick 4. Okay, do that. Boom. Where'd you come from? Give me a name. What's the profession? Give me another one. Boom. Those are your backgrounds. All right, you're going to get 4 proficiencies. We're not going to name them. You just have 4 rerolls. Okay, you're going to pick 3 abilities. What are the 3 things you can do that no one else can? Pick what they are. Here are your stats. Here's your ninja gear. Done. That'll take about 20 minutes for a bunch of people who don't quite know what they're doing. People that do know what they're doing, you're going to pick up on it real fast. We'll get through it all in about 10, 15 minutes. If we're on it. That's the thing, though. There has to be a sense of urgency because the longer we spend doing this, the less game time we have in a one-shot. So people have to have this mentality of, okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. But when they start talking, when they start saying, well, hold on a second.
Yeah, I got a third gadget that I would like to talk about. That is,
it's just time.
It's just
time.
It's like it, but time. It's this thing, and it's so cool, and it's got devices, and there's adjectives associated with it.
Yep,
it's so important.
But that's part of the game. So tonight, was I angry? Was I upset, irritated? No, not at all. It's, I know how long I want to take. We're going to give it a little bit, maybe 45 minutes. We're going to start the adventure. Mainly, the adventure is you guys as players getting comfortable using your characters. That's no matter what you're doing. I'm pushing for you to do it in game, which happened. Yes, half the crew got to the actual adventure, but here's the thing. That's fine. It was about playing your characters and finding out what happens. And then I looked and I was like, well, you have about 45 minutes left of time. So there's an encounter. It's a basic one-shot. Introduce your characters, get to the encounter, make a few decisions, boom, you have the encounter. And the decisions you have made color how the encounter goes. Now, some players would have exploded because what they do when they play TTRPGs, they know what their character is. And what they want to do is solve the puzzle, get to the bad guy, kill the thing, win the game, do the thing. I lean towards something else. I don't really mind if you guys see the aliens or you have the encounter. I mind, do you all use your characters? As in, are you all able to actually game and roleplay your characters? And if you are, we're doing the game. The game is not about killing the aliens. It's not. That's just something that happens in the game. I consider tonight a success. Jazzy and Max bounced. I knew they had to bounce. We used a lot of time getting them up to speed. It's fine. It was fun to do. They learned stuff. We got cool characters. We reused them. All that's good. Nobody's at fault.
Well, part
If
one
it
of
could
this,
have been
part one of this whole episode was building a character. So it took about an hour. We built an entire character that was playable in that first hour. I was surprised
in an
that we
actual
kept-
campaign playable.
Yeah.
Like they were actually
in a
built
campaign.
out characters.
It's not just this episode. It's like we can introduce other characters into this fantasy world, and I have to say that if I haven't said this to you out loud, I feel this in a particular way that we needed a fantasy setting. We needed a setting that was in the world of Lord of the Rings, of Baldur's Gate. I don't even fucking know what that is. I don't know what Baldur's Gate is. I don't know what it is.
Realm.
It's
Forgotten Realms.
It's Minecraft to me, man. It's fucking doesn't make sense. I don't care. I don't care what it is. It's fucking I got an axe and it's Castlevania. It's fucking Double Brothers Double Trouble. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't fucking know what it is, and I don't care. So as an old person who is closer to 50 than 25, much closer to 50 than 25, I want escapism. I want to be able to fuck off into a world because everything is bullshit. The reality that we're in is bullshit. I can't affect that bullshit. And God fucking knows. I have tried. Like, and it's like running up against a wall of ignorance, and it's all fucked up. And people, they're like, I want to kill you because you have opinions. And it's fine. You guys go do whatever it is you want. I am prepped. I'm a prepper. I'm fine. I got country. I got some trees. I got guns. I got fucking reality. I can walk a mile and not get winded, and it's no big deal. And that's fine. We're all fine. I fucking had a whole experience with homeless people fighting today, and that's great.
Oh, you did?
But there was a homeless
All
fight.
right, what is it? You got it. This is good content. Tell us what's up.
It's not good. It's not good. No, I'm going to the fucking
No,
doctor.
it's good
tomorrow.
content. I'm not saying it's good.
No, it was shit. It was shit. And I had to fucking talk to the fire department of my local community and say,
Jesus.
hey, it was a whole thing. there was this homeless fight, and it was happening in front of me, and
Where
they
were
were
you?
going at it. It was across streets. It was back and forth. There was this reality of like, uh, it started out small. It's interesting because when you watch a homeless fight, it's kind of like a little like, oh, I think there's something wrong here. And these guys
Yeah.
were buff. And it's funny because when I was talking to the fire chief, I not like some fucking regular person. He was like, yeah, you don't engage the homeless when they're fighting. You just don't do it. It's not a thing that we do as normal everyday people. We
Shit.
you want to let them fight. That's fine. That's great. But anyway, that is a long story, and I'm not going to get too much in depth. Anyway, so there's this homeless fight, and and it's about 30 meters in front of me, and meters is
30
like
meters? What the fuck does that mean? Meters.
it's like what is that, 90 feet, 90
Yeah,
feet?
about 90 feet. A little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably 25 meters. It's across the street, and then like 3 houses down, maybe 2 houses down.
Hmm.
And there it's kind of composed. Like, these people know each other. They're friends. They've seen each other before. There was some kind of incidents of reality. They are looking at each other, and it's not right. Like, some shit has
Right.
gone down. It's not going to a place where everything is kosher. We're in a bad place. Fight is gonna happen. One guy kind of hits another guy, and the other guy's like, I'm not having that. And then I'm not having that, like, passes into the street. So it's a street level. It's a brawl that goes from somebody's lawn into the street, and then it's back and forth across streets. So it's an obstruction of traffic.
Is it just 2 people?
It's 2 people. But these people are buff. I mean, meth. One thing I want to tell you about meth. If you want to do meth, you're gonna be stacked. Like, you're stacked more than I'm stacked. I am not fucking stacked. I am like, if I was gonna fight a meth person, like, my meth fight, they would win. Like, there's no question that I do not have the stamina of somebody who is on meth. I do not have that ability. They have endless energy of unknown concentration of ability.
Meth.
Fucking meth. I mean, like, it's like the Coke version of power. Like, meth. Like you have no brain,
Yeah.
but infinite energy. I mean,
Yeah.
trade off. I'm a Trump supporter. Anyway, so they're in a fight.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this go
Meth
down.
fight.
Meth fight. I don't know. I don't know if it's meth. Maybe it was like, oh, you like walked in my general vicinity. I don't know. I don't know the answer to these things. It is beyond me. I am at the corner of the street, and I'm looking across at this meth fight. I don't want to engage. I want to run away. I want to fucking get as far away from this as possible as I can. A fire truck pulls up right next to me. Like, it is 2 feet away from me. 2 feet. They use the little fucking horn, and that fucking horn. I was on a phone conversation with my mom. I could touch this fire truck. I could touch the front corner of the fire truck. Touch it. They honked the horn. It was so fucking loud that I went meth. I went full on fucking other place, other time. Like, it transferred normal, oh, I just went to brunch, I'm having a walk, get my steps in, I'm going for 10,000 steps, into I want to kill. I want to kill all the people around me. I want to kill. You know, that's the shit where it goes. Like, and I actually have I still have hearing loss in my ear, you know, to where like it was loud. It was some fucking loud shit. But anyway, like I ran the fuck away. Like what else is there to do? You run away from like when given opportunity to be in a weird homeless myth fight or run away, you're gonna run away. I mean, that's the thing. And we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back to dungeon master, to arbiter, to fucking game master, whatever you want, versus player characters. People are not gonna do shit. They're not gonna do shit until they feel threatened. That's when they're gonna do something. They're gonna run the fuck away. They're gonna do the thing, and that moment, and it doesn't fucking matter.
I'm just interested in this story.
It was terrible.
I mean, I can bitch at Mom. I think tonight went really well.
I'm going in for a hearing test tomorrow. It was bad enough to where like I have ear pain. My ear is hurting. I don't hear the same shit that I heard yesterday.
Are you gonna do something legal?
I don't know. I love the fucking fire department. Of all of the government fucking entities that are out there in this fucking world, the fire department is the most fucking selfless, honorable piece of shit motherfuckers that will go out and take care of you and do whatever it is they can to save your fucking life and the lives of every other motherfucker out there. So any interaction that I have, and this is where I'm at, this is where I stand, that I have, like, they should know. They should get that. I talked to the captain of the captain, not just like the normal dude. I talked to the guy today. He was apologetic. He was like, I talked to the guys. They're like, they should know better. I mean, what else is there? Like these.
Well, these are people. You sue the fire department in the city.
Yeah, I could sue.
If you've lost hearing, that's what you do.
Yeah, but I could do those things, and again, like, I don't know.
I mean, it sucks, but I'm pretty sure that a fireman. I know a couple firemen. They're awesome guys. They're some of my best friends, honestly. But I'm pretty sure that they'd be like, they should not have done. If they should not have done the thing they did,
they should not.
They shouldn't have done it.
They shouldn't have done it.
Then they shouldn't have done it. And I think those guys would have been like, look, they fucked up.
They did fuck up.
And it really hurt someone. And there is a restitution to be paid for that. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Yeah, if you've lost hearing, you should go in and
where I stand
figure out
is like, I expect no monetary gain, and if there is restitution, the restitution is, and this is where I'm at, is like, it is a line in a fucking book that they read, so it doesn't happen again. I don't know, just like a driver's ed. You know, when you get in a car and there are lines of shit, like when you turn that siren on and honk the horn when you're in calm mode, when you're going to the grocery store to pick up groceries in the fire truck, you don't fucking use that shit unless you know the area is clear. You don't honk at people for 10 seconds and you know the area is clear. There's notice of what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which year? Where's it both years?
No, it's just one ear. I mean, it's the ear that was closest to it. It's my right ear. I mean,
Mm.
I can definitely tell that there is a difference in
I mean, if it
hearing.
hurts, it hurts.
And it hurts. It does. It hurts. But again, like, I think anytime you sue the fire department, and it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, like, you do not collect money from them. You try to put it back into education of how the fuck to save lives, because that's so important. I wouldn't feel right, because that it's an infrastructure thing. It's not like a Ken gets to win some fucking thing. It's like I would take the loss personally over some shit like that, or redirect that fund. I mean, it's an education thing. It doesn't matter. I mean,
My mentality would be, which is not me, so who gives a shit what my mentality is? My mentality would be, what if there's actual damage? Sue them till the fucking cows come home for everything you possibly can. And then when you collect that money, because their policies are going to be their policies, that's all there is to it. You don't get to dictate that. However, what you do with that money, it would be up to you. So if you said, hey, look, I got all this money and I then gave it to the fire department, I think that's on you. But I think the whole point of suing something or someone for damages, I mean, if it's just to make a point, I get it. You sue them for like $1 to make a statement. But like, unless you're Brad Pitt, I don't know if that matters.
No, my ears, like, according to a court of law, are worthless. I mean, to me, they're worth a lot. I've spent my entire.
I'd say your ears are worth quite a bit. What are you talking about?
I wear
earplugs and audio.
No,
edit audio.
I wear earplugs. I take a lot of attention to my hearing, and I have my whole life. When I go to a concert, I'm wearing earplugs. I'm in the zone of protecting my hearing.
Your hearing directly applies to your job.
It does.
You have to have your ears.
Yeah, but it's not just my hearing. Everybody on the planet benefits from being able to hear. It's not just me, it's everyone. So it's
I get what you're saying, but the case by case shit is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not trying to say, hey, go sue people for all they're worth, but I'm saying in the event
yeah, right.
In the event that you lose something because of a social
it was a failure
societal...
of one person. It was one person. One person did a stupid move. It was that driver did a stupid move. Could it happen again? Maybe a handful of times. maybe over the course of the rest of.
Let's say they didn't stop at a crosswalk and they killed you. It's one person making a mistake. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, if you have lost something, if it costs you money, if it costs you damages or suffering or whatever, that's a case. And then whatever restitution you're paid, you do with the money what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If that's reinvesting it, if it's like wearing a fucking meat suit and sitting in the fucking highway and saying don't use oil, whatever the hell it is you do, that's up to you.
Yeah, well, I'm going in for a hearing test tomorrow that I may or may not have to pay for. So it's fast. It's a fast thing. And I was kind of like, you know what I want to do this, I was talking to the captain, what I want to do is I want to show my hearing before and after. Like, I want it to have a real world result. So like when somebody fucking honks a horn like that in front of a person, like, and this happens, there is a cause and effect. You know, I want there to be an accountability
What did
to
he say?
a
Or
thing.
she say?
He was all into it. I mean, he was super cool. You know what he told me? He was like, you know what you did? Like, you talked to me like a normal fucking person. Like, you said things out loud. You weren't accusing. You weren't emotional. You weren't like heightenedly like insane about a thing. Like, I'm gonna listen to you. And
That's really
it's
cool.
because what I'm doing is it's kind of scientific method. It's like, I had a hearing test maybe 3-4 years ago. If that hearing test, and I'm gonna do the test as best as I can. If I cannot hear the same way as I could hear before, yeah, there's gonna be consequences. But those consequences are going to, like, for fuck's sake, I want the person that is driving that fucking truck to continue to fucking and the town that I'm in, they get paid. They get paid money to be firefighters. It's not a volunteer firefighting service. I don't want them fired. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's real, and I don't think it's right. I think what's right is that they should know. They should know that there's an accountability to what happened.
Well, when you make it legal, you kind of lose the ability to dictate what happens, because then you put it into the machine necessarily, and the machine's going to do it at once. So it kind of doesn't matter what you want.
No, it does matter because I choose damages. The victim always chooses damages, so the victim can create the world that is there. Maybe if
For
it
what you're
happened,
suing for.
yeah, maybe if it happened again to another bystander, to someone else, that there could be repercussions. But for me,
I see what you're saying.
I'm creating a standard.
How'd you get in touch with the captain? Because that's pretty high up. I mean,
no, I called the city. I made a complaint.
oh, you called the city.
I called the city. I was like, dudes, like, you know, guys, you know, when you run that thing with no fucking notice, it could cause harm.
Yeah.
Like, if you are standing next to one of those fire engines and it's sitting at a stoplight with the lights off, no sirens, no fucking notice, I looked up at the lady. She was sitting in the passenger seat. She looked at me. We were both like, what the fuck is going on? Homeless fight. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. She looked at me like, yeah, that's fucked up. And then whoever was driving or whoever had access to the horn, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. Somebody fucking lays on that horn. I got no notice. I got like nothing. I'm talking to my mom. I have earbuds in my ears. I cannot cover my ears in any way. Even if I cover it up like this, like, it's not entirely. But what happened? They hit that horn. It is so fucking loud. Like, my entire body buzzes from foot to head. Like, it's like if your arm has ever been asleep, it's like I went paralyzed. And I think we had a moment in the tonight. I used that with my tongue. I was like, so I lick her in a certain way and it paralyzes her. You know, it's that full body immersive feeling.
Well, it's almost like a hypnosis thing.
Yeah.
Where you do something that's so out of the realm of what is expected that people either complicit or they just freeze because it's so out of the realm that you're like, what? Like it like makes your brain restart for a second.
Oh yeah, it was a restart. It was like I felt homeless in the moment. And
You
I was
went
like,
and fought. It was you and
I
the fight between you and yourself.
I started cussing, and the homeless lady behind me, because this is not like the area of town that this is in. It is not like
It's a good
where you
town.
want to be.
Good part of town.
It is a place where like there are maybe 15, 20 homeless people in the area that are on various so I had a shared experience with all the meth heads in my general vicinity, and like she cussed loud, like not normal loud, but she cussed in a place that was like way the fuck up here, like fucking goddamn motherfucker, god shit, gosh, like in that place. She was in that head, and she didn't stop for 3 blocks. She was in a place that was elevated beyond to like, oh yeah, like I feel like where you are. I get it where you are. Like I did that for I did that for 10, 25 seconds, and then I was like, and release. You know, because I got a place to go. I feel okay. Like I'm fine. I'm in an okay social setting. I have friends. You know, I'm not addicted to like things. I have anxiety. Like there's a certain amount of anxiety, and the reason I fucking play role-playing games is to let me process that anxiety.
Right.
But she was on it.
And then you called and well, you should. I don't know if you should. You might
I'm in
DM
it.
me the truck, because I can do a little bit of inquiry.
Yeah. No, I know the truck. I know all that stuff. It was something that maybe up until an hour after we started, like this process of what we do, and let's like we go back to where like I am, you know, the magic of role-playing games, the magic of what
More catharsis.
what we do every week. Like this is a release. This allows us to get rid of and process what we go through on a regular basis, how we can like deal with the shit, because it's one-upping like life these days. It's like you get to the end of the day, but then you're like fucked, and then you're 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 fucked. It's like a one-upping of fucked that you process every fucking week, every fucking day when you're exposed to problems, and it's the problem solvings of getting through that emotion.
Right. Yeah, it is a cathartic experience, and I think that's another reason why there's such heightened emotions. You know, people can get into really big arguments that have nothing to do with reality because it's being fueled by catharsis, and in a lot of ways is very therapeutic, so long as we keep it in context. And I think tonight we really did. I know there was some stress. Well, like I said, with Jazzy and Max, I love them to death. They were here. They showed up. They made characters. They played as long as they could. I got no problem with that at all. You know? And to boot, they didn't have a lot of notice when it comes to their characters and building them. That's okay. That's okay. Because the experience is not, hey guys, we're going to get through this. We're going to do this adventure. and we're gonna win. That's not what the experience is.
We're gonna win. We're
The
winning.
experience.
We're winners. We're wieners. We got so many wiener sticks.
The experience is hanging out with you and Jazzy and Max and Holker and Andrea and Drizzle and Archangel and all these guys. It's whether we're in game or out of game, we're having fun. We are having fun together, building and cooperating and arguing and etc. That's what the game's fucking about. So all the vitriol that I have when it comes to the arbiter is this and it's not in charge of whatever and this is what the player is and fuck you and them, all that vitriol, when it really comes down to it, you are accomplishing the goal of gaming when you are being social with people, collaborating, being creative, being positive in those ways. You can argue, you can lose, you can win, you can dupe. But there's this baseline of respect, and you're going to come back next week and do it again because you enjoy what is happening. That is my goal. That's my goal. And I knew this one shot would not be the only one shot. We've talked a lot about having other one shots, having other arbiters. And I was like, these are the characters. These kind of like off the cuff characters that are heroes. You can put that they're fantasy. You can put them in a lot of settings. Do a lot with them. And they're not connected to these other games. That's the goal. Finn.
No, I'm with you. These characters are it's fantasy. It's that I think that's important. And the ability to escape yourself, the ability to be someone else for a minute, and that little bit of time means a lot, because being ourselves is really fucking heavy a lot. I know that because some of the jobs we do, some of the other players that we have, we experience, and I experience like heavy shit on a regular basis. Like I experienced death. I had a moment where I was talking to a relative recently, and they were talking about death, and they're in a home, they're being taken care of, but their best friends are dying. They're in a home. They're in a place where death is commonplace, and the hardest thing is those people aren't around. Like, they play cards together, they play games together. Those people aren't around anymore. And yes, they're older, but it doesn't make it easier.
Nope.
It's death is a part of life, and we have to embrace that. But it also, the celebration of death is hard, because when somebody puts an obituary and a flower down in front of you, and it's sitting on a table, there's no person standing there to discuss that harm that is there. There is an obituary and there's a flower, and that was symbolism, sure, thoughts and prayers, loss or whatever, but there's no description, there's no compassion. It is what it is. It's hard for anybody to process a friend that has died, and be left and be left alone with that information,
With a still life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's good to get a card But you know, it's interesting the small things like that. Like I see aged people, and maybe they're widows or widowers. Maybe their family's gone, or they don't have many friends left, or whatever. And there's not a lot to do for them. And you sending them that birthday card or messaging them is huge. Like that connectivity. You mentioned it about the homeless people. Whether the homeless people are addicted or crazy, or they're just down on their out, down on their luck, showing someone you actually give a damn is huge. It can mean it can mean a whole lot.
And yeah, definitely processing that that experience is it's like having that ability to not be alone and processing grief is
dude, in the course of this game, or this Monday night game, in its various incarnations, several players have dealt with losses, big losses, not just death, but also death, as well as friendships, relationships, big medicine. And there have been times that people have gotten pretty violent with their emotions. There have been times that people have literally cried. All this is immortalized on YouTube. And
yeah,
it's this idea of there's no such thing as in real life. People talk about, oh, in real life happened. It's like, dude, this is real life. Like we're playing a game, we're telling a story, but there is no such thing as not real life. There's no such thing as real life. It's all real life. There's just life. And whether you're in a situation where you're role playing, or at fucking work, or at the whatever, you're in it. I liked what you said earlier about being one of the good things about tabletop role playing games. You're able to investigate a lot of deep seated ideas, a lot of big medicine, and really work through shit. It is a form of therapy, just like going to concerts and listening to music, dancing, fucking whatever it is you do. And I'd say it's a pretty healthy form.
Dancing, I have to say, is one better than tabletop role-playing game, James. Like dancing, you get your shit out, like, and it just goes away. Like tabletop role-playing game, you have to think about it for a bit. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, with dancing, you're just like, you're fucking in it, and you're like, blah, 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 blah.
You get some shit done. I dealt with some serious demons at the Dame back in the day. Going there after work, after I got off work I was pulling wire at the communications department of UK.
Yeah.
And I'd get off around 11:30, 12. I'd hit up the Dame by like 12:31. It's about an hour left, hour and a half.
80s
I go get a fucking PBR. Yeah. I go get a goddamn PBR. I would go, or maybe two. I'd go to the dance floor, and it'd be me, a bunch of people there, me on the dance floor, fucking Michael Jacksoning. Yeah, and fucking Allie was there, I'm sure. And then this chick named Jerry L. And we would not dance together. We would just be out there like,
no, you're just in it.
Down.
Fucking killing it.
Just absolutely. And we probably looked awful, but
no, you were perfect.
You deal with like real shit, and it's just in the universe, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. You dealt with it. Yeah, I wonder if Allie was there. I know she was
always.
said the name a lot, but
she was there.
I wonder if she ever saw my punk ass
Oh, sure.
just getting fucking.
No, I know. I've danced.
That happened often.
I feel like I know I danced with Allie way before like I ever knew her. Like I knew
Really?
that was real. Yeah, oh, absolutely. We went to the same club in the 90s at the same time.
Was it Rockledge?
No, the Warehouse in Cincinnati. There was it was like a goth club. We were there at least once on a Wednesday night. Like, it happened.
In the comments, if you've ever heard of this place, you need to let us know. Hey, chat, I see you there. You guys know Ohio and Cincinnati back in the 90s? Let us know.
Yeah, that club closed by like 2001. It was over.
Were you when you were in LA? Did you ever go to in Hollywood? Did you ever go to a place called Bordner's?
Yeah, no, all the time.
Because that's a goth club too. I just found it. I've gone there a few times, and honestly, it's more goth than I am. Like, I'm not goth at all. I just wear all black. Yeah. But it's an interesting place. When I went there because my girlfriend was like, "Let's go to the show. I got some people playing, and it was cool." And
that was
as I'm walking around, I literally thought about you, and I was like, I bet if I was just here, if I could time travel, I bet I'd see this lanky fucking Ken.
I bought the whole fucking bar a drink many times. My credit card would go to weird fucking places because I was like the goal was not to smoke cigarettes. Like I quit smoking cigarettes, and the way I did it was smoking weed. I don't smoke weed anymore. I'm good, but and drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
Still clearly drink bourbon. And I would buy I would buy the bar out because I had a job.
Dude, that would be so expensive.
And it was hundreds of dollars. It was like
oh yeah.
It's not a big bar. The bar
they charge like $10, $12 for a well.
Yeah, but this is 2010. So
I guess so.
It's a different different place, different time.
Like $1,000 right now.
Yeah, right. The bar is maybe 10 people at most. So it's not a big bar it wasn't necessarily Bordner's, but it was the place next door and
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that little spot.
I forget the name.
It was therapeutic. That place made me feel like I had a place. Because Los Angeles.
You went there a lot.
I went there. I mean, I lived my apartment. My last apartment was on Hollywood Boulevard, so it was kind of in that weird place between La Brea and it was there was a cult that was actually pretty close called the what is the fucking name of the cult? Like the plan or the curse, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. The cult was there. It was at the end of Crescent Heights. Anyway, it's not important. If I didn't go and dismember myself from my person, I'd still be smoking cigarettes. So I don't know. I don't smoke cigarettes. That's where I'm at. Yay, no smoking cigarettes.
Bar Sinister is what it's called.
Yeah, Bar Sinister. It's so good. It's so good. It's on my favorite. My favorite spot is it's off at 12th and Crenshaw. Fucking I can't remember. It's too many. It's been a decade. It's a long time.
12th and Crenshaw, Los
Oh,
Angeles.
all right. Well,
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know LA
Das Bunker
well.
is the name of it. It's on
Das
Pico.
Bunker.
Yeah, Pico Boulevard. 44. If you want to be, it's 4067 Pico Boulevard. It's right on the corner of Pico and I lived on 12th Avenue right by the spot. So it's between 12th and Norton.
Wow.
Das Bunker. They have 3 flights of goth clubbiness. The top floor is like electronic gothiness. There's another floor of something or other, and I always went to the basement where they played like classic shit, and that's kind of where my mind was at.
This says
that.
a strict goth, industrial, and fetish dress code enforced.
Yeah.
I mean, can you just wear all black?
You could wear a pink flamingo costume with feathers, and you would be let in. My buddy lives. He actually owns a house down the street. So if you ever go there, like, you need to connect with my friend Justin. And I would totally.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know what goth is when it comes to women, but I mean, I just wear all black. I don't know if I'm like. Do you just have to look like a vampire? I mean,
sure. Goth, emo, what's the difference? Aside from like good music and bad music, I mean, the fashion is about the same.
White face paint, black lips.
Black.
I can make black lipstick.
Yeah. Black clothes, black lips. I am not confused that a lot of the folks there are graphic designers. Like, I feel like that's a thing. Like, I don't know, but like, you have a feeling. Like, if you look at my dress right now, like, I've got khaki pants on, and then if you look at the shirt, it's got like white.
So Sableton V says, I live in LA now. Sableton, I am in LA as well. I'm up in the valley. Just stumbled onto the stream, not sure what the discussion is about, but seems interesting. Gen X RPGer myself. Hell
nice.
yeah.
Oh yeah, well, we do what we can with what we got.
All right. Yeah, we had a whole diatribe about Gen X and millennials.
So
I should say Ken did.
No, it was real, and I would have to rewind back to the past, because the amount of bourbon that I've had as I've gotten to a point where I need more bourbon to remember the things that I've got in the past, and then I can get back onto the horse that I ride on as a fucking jaded motherfucker that can like just be absolutely calloused against every asshole that has a complaint, because that's what people do. And uptight and anxious, and then doubt myself at the same time. So like, I feel it.
Yeah, they hit an ad right when they jumped on.
Oh, good.
Of course.
All right, we'll talk for a second.
but-
I'm gonna put more bourbon unless you're ready.
You're
to
gonna put more
stop.
bourbon in the thing. No, we got 25 seconds. I mean, Sableton V jumped on. We should probably talk for a little bit.
All right, let's talk.
Yeah, well, I've thought quite a bit about where to go in Los Angeles. And we got 3 seconds left on the ad. All right, and we're back now. Hey guys, sorry about the ads. It's something that Twitch does, and we can't really stop it. We try to limit it. Anyway, Ken is repouring his bourbon. What we're trying to talk about now is the idea of in Los Angeles, where to go. It's super expensive nowadays, so you kind of have to be judicious. I just got here like maybe about a year ago. I've been up in the valley chilling out. Ken used to live here and knows everything about LA from a few years ago. So I have gone to Bordner's and checked it out a little bit. I've been to a lot more of the bars up in the valley, but it's a different feel. Yeah, like what do you guys think? Where are good places to go? Stapleton says, I'm a boring family man. Can't help much there. You like the Old Man Bar on Washington Boulevard in Venice area, and guess for a cocktail bar. Hell yeah. So I'm a bartender, of course, because you know why I came out here. And looking for a bartending job and all that shit. But specifically like craft cocktails and all that crap, I'm always looking for. And there's a lot of that stuff in LA. But I don't know how many places do it really, really well for a price that actually, is maybe worthwhile. But you can't just make it home. Like I said, Bordner seems like it's got a cool vibe. The prices aren't too bad. I've gone to the goth portion of it a little bit, but I wouldn't say that I'm like necessarily goth. I just wear a lot of black. Yeah. You say the Old Man Bar. That's interesting. I've not heard of it. I'm gonna write that down. Have you been to Das Bunker? Apparently that's a cool place. Old Man Bar. Dude, I want to go to the Old Man Bar. Up in the valley, there's a place called Ireland. Ireland 32. And I've been there. They got Smittix, which is the bomb. What kind of bourbon is that? Is that Old Bardstown? Hell yeah. Got some Bardstown, baby. It's not Old Bardstown, it's just Bardstown.
It's Bardstown
Bourbon Company. That's better than Old Bardstown.
I feel like this is reverse.
No, that's not reverse. That's right.
Oh.
That's correct.
So this if you were gonna buy this in an LA bar, it's gonna cost you $20. I mean,
you're not gonna find that in an LA bar.
You're not gonna find it in an LA bar. You're not gonna find this fucking cup in an LA bar.
No,
even though it's fucking like cool.
It's cool shit. There's more bourbon. There's more bourbon here than I expected.
Yeah, no, but it's not good bourbon. It's kind of like if you go to LA, you're like Jim Beam, that's bourbon. Jack Daniels apparently is bourbon.
It's not bourbon. It's not bourbon. Jack Daniels is not. Is it? It's not bourbon. It's not bourbon.
It's not bourbon.
They gotta make it with like limestone water or some shit.
Like,
it's like
what the fuck that is. It's a different thing. But anyways, like I lived in Venice. I lived on the one. I lived in this fucking little hole in the wall between Washington and Venice. It's weird.
Did you know the Old Man Bar?
I did not. That is newer than.
It might be a newer place
than where I was at. Like I knew the Cuban place. There's a Thai place. There the mad cow disease, like the coffee shop, and
that's a coffee shop.
Yeah, there's like the fucking sacred cow. There's like you go into the coffee shop, there's a cow. They got you know how Kentucky has the horse thing where they have the
Yeah,
little
they got the
uh
cow thing.
they got the whaler. That's cool.
That's cool.
My
What?
you know, funny story, like my buddy like that I tried to introduce you to and he totally dissed you. Like I don't know why the fuck
Yeah,
he
he
did
did.
that. But he
It's
did.
just an LA thing. LA people don't like me. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's weird. That dude is weird. Like I got him laid in fucking Venice and like I didn't
And
get
now
him
he hates
laid.
me.
He doesn't hate me. Like if I went to Los Angeles,
He hates
there's a
me.
difference. There's a difference between me and you. If I went to LA and I was like, I'm gonna crash on your couch, like they would
Yeah,
let me crash on their couch because they
yeah. They
know
would not
me.
let me.
They
They
do
would not
not
let me.
know you. There's a
No.
difference. Like you're cool and stuff, but you got to figure it out. I mean, that's the
Man, this
difference.
town. I don't know about this town. I'm gonna stick it out, but goddamn.
I mean, I'm friends with Oscar winners and you know, Grammy winners and stuff like that. So
I'm
they're
friends with
different.
people that are friends with. Dude, I don't. It's one of those things. Like, I think people that have lived here a long time, and or people that have grown up here, there's like a different mentality. You know, I'm a transplant. I'm new, and there's this idea that I come in with a certain perspective, which is just sort of viewed as I'm just ignorant. I'm ignorant of all these places. When people are like, "Oh yeah, do you know this? It's
No,
down by and on the," and I'm like,
your
"You
problem
just said a
is
bunch of street names."
you have self-respect. So like when you feel like you can like take care of yourself or that you know what's going on,
Uh huh.
that is a faux pas and maybe you should just fucking shut up and get over yourself.
Right. That's about the thing. That's the answer that I've gotten a whole lot is I have lost. So I've had like pseudo friends here, and I have lost those friends on the turn of a dime because I was like, you know what? Drivers in LA are pretty bad, and these people are like, and they don't call me anymore because I was
Thing
like
is,
kind of negative about LA.
drivers in LA are amazing. And the reason why they're amazing is there's 20 fucking 2 million people. 20 fucking 2 million people. And for the most part, you get from one place to another place in your car without crashing every single time. I moved out to LA with an actress that could not drive. She was in 6 car accidents, maybe 7. In the first 6 months that we were in LA, by 7 months, and she cheated on me. Like she like fucked some other dude. And I was okay with it because I was like, well, I don't really want to be with you because you're terrible. You keep getting in these car fucking accidents. I put all of her shit outside of my house. Like it was stacked up like 10 feet
Oh
fucking
no!
tall. 10 feet fucking tall. Like I'm not muted. And like but I kept like 3 plates. I kept like 6 fucking forks. Or no, it wasn't. I kept like 3 forks, 3 knives. Like
You didn't go 4, you went 3.
I went 3. I might have gone 2. I mean, my roommate had a
So
girlfriend.
this is what I see. This is what I see when I drive in LA. Now, granted, I'm in the valley, so Sableton V says they don't get to the valley often, especially to go out drinking. I mean, fair. If you don't live in the valley, why would you ever come here? Like,
Never.
I
No,
wouldn't come here if I didn't live here. There's nothing here, and yeah, like,
So,
but yeah, driving around.
so
I stop
real
at a red
quick,
light.
there's no reason to go to Valley. Like, if you're gonna be in the Valley, like, don't be there. And because it's fucking hot, it sucks. There's nothing going on. what do they have, a guitar center? I mean, good for you.
I
You
think there
got
is a
some
guitar center.
fucking you got you got an Asian food place. I mean,
There's
it's
a lot of
like
Asian people.
you have the one that it's okay and it tastes sort of fresh, but all the other ones suck. Yeah, if you eat Italian in the valley, it's like caramelized indigestion. Yes, okay. You got sushi, but fuck you. That costs a lot of fucking money, and
Yes,
it's
it
near
does.
Disney. And like, if you're gonna sit down and get like what 4 or 5 plates for like $300, I mean, come on. Is it sushi? Because in Kentucky,
Sableton
w-
Sableton asks. Sableton asks, or says, always lived west of the 405
yeah, no, good
since
for
I
you.
came here. So what is west of the 405?
That it's everything west of the 405. So if you go to the 405 and you want to walk to the beach, it's easy.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay.
and
Okay.
so they pay probably $2,000 or live with someone who pays much more than that a month.
So it's a nicer part of town. It's like the
Oh
west
yeah,
part of town.
I lived on Montana for a while on 17th and Montana, and it was cool.
Is that west of the 405?
It's a lot west of the 405 in Santa Monica.
Well,
It's a
you laugh. Like I said, like these two normal people who are not from Los Angeles. Like have you ever seen the SNL thing, The Californians? Like it is so real. It's like people are like, oh my god, the such and such 16. And like if you don't say it the right way, like if you don't say, you can say something like, I have went out here, and people are like, and they don't say a thing. But if you call it, hey, get on 405, they're like, go. It's the 405.
get
It's
on to the 5 to the
405.
405 to the 101.
I said, I need to get on. I need to get on to the 134, and they're like, it's the 134. It's the 134. And I was like, okay, guys, all right. I thought about it. So back home, back where we're from, I played with the language because we have I-75. That's everybody
And
knows that
65.
I-71, I-75, and 64 and 65. And so I was thinking, okay, if I was going to tell someone how to get from Lexington to Richmond, I'd say, well, you get on 75, you go south. But what if I switched it and said it like a Californian? I'd be like, well, you get on the 75. And you just sound like a tool bag. If someone says, oh, you get on the 75, it sounds completely wrong. So maybe it's that way out here when I'm like, you get on 405 and they're like, whoa, dude, you sound like a tool. It's the 405. I don't know.
I was both on the 75 and the 65, and like like those are both roads that suck asshole, and like
75 sucks.
Just imagine
75 blows.
Just imagine the 15, like what's your name?
Sableton V.
If you've ever been on the 15, like out past what is it, Bankridge or fucking wherever they go to get on the mountain to ski down the fucking, it's like the 15, but like way like closer to Death Valley, closer to Flagstaff. Like we're just gonna say the first like 90 miles from Flagstaff, it's like 2 lanes on both directions, but then add like a million fucking people, and everybody wants to drive within this amount of space, and unlike Los Angeles, where everybody's driving 55 to 65, they're driving like 90, and they're like up your ass in the left lane, and they're like, we're not gonna fucking let you drive in the left lane to do this shit. It's like Atlanta on weed.
Weed. Oh, you mean on coke?
No, on weed. Because
On weed.
Atlanta just Atlanta just regular. It's like 6 lanes of bullshit, like where they're all
Atlanta's
like,
rough, man.
fuck
Atlanta is rough to drive through.
Atlanta, like, to me, is worse than Los Angeles. Also, Nashville is worse than Los Angeles. Also,
Really?
Pittsburgh is worse than Los Angeles.
Never been to Pittsburgh.
Also,
You think
Detroit is worse than Los Angeles. Because
I mean-
nobody knows how to fucking drive with a bunch of fucking people.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree wholeheartedly with you. On every account. LA drivers suck big fucking donkey
Nope.
balls.
No, because LA drivers can get from point A to point B without
Oh,
wrecking
yeah?
most
Oh,
of
yeah?
the time.
Hey,
Most.
hey, Ken.
Most of the
Hey,
time.
Ken.
22
Ken.
people.
Hey, Ken. What happens if it sprinkles?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different story because I've
Oh, you mean if there's any weather whatsoever,
So
then
if it
Son.
rains, expect to go into an accident. Don't get out of
I'm
your
just
car.
saying.
Do not drive because, like,
But they're
the
good.
mountain
They're good
you're
drivers,
on-
though, right? They're really good drivers because they can drive, right?
The mountain you're on may
Fucking
likely,
assholes, everyone, dude.
collapse. Rain is.
You know what I
is-
was told? You know what I was told? I was told, why do you always get in the left lane to go faster? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? That's so annoying. I was literally told, don't get in the left lane to go faster. Because they know how to drive.
No.
Fucking.
No, well,
so
there's no
Sableton
left
V
lane.
was-
There's no left lane
Sa-
because everybody's going the same speed.
Everyone's going sideways. Sableton V is from Australia, from the Pacific Palisades, from Melbourne. Said
I love
came out here about
Australians.
20
I
years
like
ago.
Melbournes. I've hooked up with a couple Australians. I mean, they're on point. Like you talk about like women who know what the fuck to do. Like Australians, like I melt in the heart. I mean, yes, they're assholes. Yes.
I've never met an Australian that's an asshole. My drummer was.
They're not an
or is
asshole.
Australian.
I mean, I call them assholes as an American because I want to have a relationship, but they are assholes because they want to fuck me and do whatever the fuck they want to do because they have they have whatever it is
have.
that the
They
bedding
have.
down the Americana like you're with one other person. They're like really fucking amazing sex people that don't want like to stay around for some
Sableton
reason.
V, is this true? Is this true, Sableton? Sableton says they came out for. I assume they came out for acting. They said they ended up working TV post production mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acting for sure. I dated an Australian that was an actor, and she was great. She was mad at me because like I didn't want to have a relationship, and then I flipped it around and dated like a person that didn't want to have a relationship with me. So I mean, I guess it comes and it goes. I mean,
Listen, it's karma. It's karma. Sableton says not an actor at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I came to LA, literally to do acting, which is what I am doing and all that good stuff. And
He's so much more
to whatever
better.
level of success that's going to be. But it's one of those things where even when I'm talking to people and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm here for acting," I'm like,
Actors.
because
suck. They
actors kind of
suck.
suck.
They're fucking terrible. Fuck those
Actors
guys.
kind of suck.
Fuck those guys. They got nothing to add to any discussion. There's no communication. There's no like elevation. It's like a succubus. It's like draining
They're kind of like
the
succubi.
soul out of your system
Where they're looking for like an angle at all
all times.
points. At all points. Like
Yeah.
that, and that's been frustrating for me because I came out here to like chill out, live, meet people, but then I get in with all these actors and they don't want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's trying to climb the ladder or something, and that's not, it's not good for making friends, like actual friends you can trust. Met a lot of hustlers. I do think that staying out here for 20 years is difficult. Lasting out here, I think it's a difficult place to live. To just be able to maintain, that's an accomplishment. Hopefully I will achieve that. So, Ken, why'd you leave?
You're gonna hit. Are you hitting?
I'm gonna hit you with that. I'm gonna hit you with that.
I hate L.A. So I live in Kentucky where I have land and I can vote and my vote counts. And
does it count?
No,
you
it
are
does.
surrounded by a very red state.
So my vote counts because my vote compared to somebody in Los Angeles is way bigger. So if you don't know about voting is local. Like, so my vote counts because I vote local in the primaries, and I live in this weird liberal enough city where my vote counts, and the person who
In
wins my district wins because of 200 votes. 200. Oh, let me say 200 votes. I am a precinct representative. That means that.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm in the fucking party, man. Like, I'm a precinct representative, so like I actually have power in the district that I'm in, which means that my fucking weirdo vote is like more than 100,000 motherfuckers in Los Angeles or California. I mean, or more. We could go bigger. I said 100,000, but it could be 500,000. I mean, I don't fucking know. Anyway, that's not the point. My vote means something because I give a fuck, and it's usually painful.
Well, thankfully, I'm going to incite you.
Yeah,
thankfully, you're a MAGA supporter, right?
Yeah, no, MAGA. Like I'm 100% MAGA. Like I'm like, if you get me into the introverse, like MAGA, 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 MAGA. MAGA, MAGA.
Oh my god.
MAGA, MAGA.
Here's a question. Oh my. Bardstown is happening. Bardstown is happening.
Sorry.
Stapleton, so you're aware, neither one of us are MAGA supporters, but in the event you are, it's fine.
No, fuck you. No, if you are, you're a fucking dumbass piece of shit.
I am the more conservative of us two, but I am not a MAGA supporter.
And if you didn't know, I'm like super liberal. Like, I feel like everybody should vote. Immigrants should vote. Like, people in fucking Buenos Aires should vote for like president. So like,
you mean like the U.S. president?
No, yeah. Like, I think that people in Moscow should vote for the U.S. president because, like, they. If you're in Beijing, China, you should be able to vote for the U.S. president because, like, they're all equal.
They don't know what voting is.
We are all equal as humans. We should all get like the same fucking like place. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a good question. Do you think that there should be one world government?
Mm.
Because in a lot of science fiction that we play in these tabletop games, there is. That's kind of like Star Trek, Star Wars, even if you want to go that far, although it's more fantasy. Stargate SG-1, eventually in certain universes, like it's kind of the near future shtick. The Expanse, Starship Troopers to an extent. This idea that
To
the
an
world
extent.
eventually becomes under one organization. You think that's a good thing? You think that's what we should do or no?
So, Starship Troopers is maybe the best form of government because everybody's on the same page and we're all playing the same game on the same page and we're all connected to each other in the same place. So the bugs are bad and we are good because we're
In
not
Starship Troopers.
bugs. We're not bugs. The bugs are bad and we're good. We're always good because we are us and we are we.
Right. Yep. And it's the same thing in Ender's Game. But in Ender's Game, in that universe, which is very similar to Starship
but it's
Troopers.
unbelievable. Because Harrison Ford would have never said to the dude, like, that was real.
Well, that's not what happens in the book.
Yeah, but in the movie, they said that was real.
Yeah, it wasn't a good adaptation.
No.
In the book, that's not how it happens. I want to say in the book that Ender kind of figures it out.
Yeah.
Like, I think because the reason he's a genius is because he's an empath. He's an empathetic genius.
Empathetic.
Yeah, yeah, he's great at math and all these things, but his real strength is he understands how people or how societies or how beings think. And so he's able to strategize and use that. But they don't tell Ender that it's not a game because they know that if he realizes it's real life, he will have too much empathy for the enemy. Like that's the whole thing. So I want to say he figures it out versus them saying, hey, I think. Not sure why they gave, Ben Kingsley a lot of tattoos. That kind of made no sense to me. Mazor Rackham or whatever his name is. Anyway, the point, it's a one world government. And at the end of that movie, they don't really tell you. They show that Ender goes off into space. He leaves humanity behind. But at the end of the book, he's on the Ansible, the instantaneous communication device, and he's talking to Violet or Charlotte. It's whoever his sister is. And he talks to his brother, who becomes the hegemon, the ruler of the world. Of course, because of time dilation, they're like in their 70s and about to die or something, and he's still a little boy. But they have this big conversation about essentially politics and what should happen in all of these things. So what do you think? Do you believe in one world government? That's
yes. As a liberal, if you're going to hold me down and twist my arm around, I'm gonna throw some like fucking fascist shit down at you. As a
fascist?
Liberal, yeah, no,
Okay.
it's fascist. It's fucking it's crazy fascist shit. And this is what's fucked up. I do not believe that people who are uneducated, that don't know what the fuck is going on, should have a say. Liberal shit right fucking here. This is like what they are afraid of. This is like coastal elite bullshit. And the problem is that they're so fucking dumb. They're so fucking dumb. These people buy into con men, buy into a reality that is bullshit. That is like crazy fucking mega insanity. that is in a place that you cannot be as a human. They buy into lies. They buy into fake shit that humanity at a level needs to be guided. And the thing is, the Constitution does a actually pretty good job, which is all kinds of crazy fucked up, of limiting the people who don't know what the fuck is going on. In the power structure that we live in as humans in this moment of fucked upness, shall be. We are at the precipice of another precipice and another precipice. I mean, we're all kind of like fucked up of that quarter. But the reality is we are, like, if you buy into anything, if you're 100% into whatever it is that people are selling, like, if somebody's selling Biden to me, if I was going to go deep into like why Biden is important, like, it is only to like say, hey, there should be a stopgap of actual harm to people that are impoverished. That is the only stopgap that I'm at. I am privileged. I'm a white dude. Like, I don't know if you can tell.
You're a presenting white dude.
Yeah, presenting. I'm a Hispanic white dude. That that can pass outside of social media if for some reason, like, I changed my name, which, if what is it, Holly Madison, like if I was gonna cheat on some fucking my girl, which I would never fucking, like, what would happen before, like, I would love to structure out the idea of, like,
Okay.
what would happen for me to cheat on Allie. Like, I would go to Allie and I would say, like, I want to fuck other people. Is that cool? I would go to her first. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I don't want to fuck other people. I love my girl. Like, I am connected to her. She is fucking amazing.
We have gotten way off. I've let you go. We're gonna go. I'm gonna reel that shit way back in. Hold on.
So going back. So but
just a second.
But if we were gonna go into that, like, if I was a MAGA, like, altruist.
Okay.
Like, I would say that I am a man. I am hetero. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm so good. Women love me. I feel good.
Okay.
I feel sexy.
But you.
Nobody needs.
What does this have to do with your political party? I don't understand.
You don't need to talk, because this is my mind. I can do the shit that I want because I feel real. I'm like the guy. I'm the guy that does.
What are you talking about?
I'm the guy that does the things, and I can just do the things because I got the money, and I got the feeling, and I got the power, and we can all just live in this fucking world right here.
But that sounds. That doesn't sound like anyone from MAGA. That sounds just like people that are narcissistic and rich.
No, it's MAGA. It's like, you can do whatever you want, because, like, call me out. Okay, call me out.
What are you talking about?
No, call me out. Tell me where, like, I've done wrong.
Where you have done wrong? Yeah, is this an example, or are you asking actually?
Hypothetical. I cheat on my partner, which I love, and I would never cheat on her. Never.
Okay, we don't give a shit about the disclaimers. It's fine. you're not going to cheat on your partner. So, okay, so let's say
But
you do
say
that.
I did. Say I did.
Okay, sure. Okay. So then who in this hypothetical, who is calling you out?
Who is calling me out? Like the press, because I'm
Why
running
would the
for
press do that?
office.
Oh,
I'm running
okay.
for office.
Okay. Sure.
There are
Yeah, they
there
say,
is
"Hey,
some
you did this thing. Hey, you you're bad. You're morally corrupt, clearly. You don't like women, obviously. You think of them like objects. And what's your political party again in this
um
hypothetical?"
my political party is righteousness, and so
Oh.
what I say is thank you for bringing that to my attention, but the reality is we need to move forward. We need to make money. There's inflation. Everybody's suffering from inflation, right? And there's uh Ukraine, which like let's be honest, like they are terrorizing Russia. There's Gaza. Let's be honest, like they asked for it. They asked for that shit. They keep attacking Israel.
Now, this is the hypothetical.
Is it?
And in the hypothetical, you are the MAGA person, right?
Sure.
This is your game. I mean, I need to know what you're saying.
No, it is my game. It
Okay.
it is all fake. We are in fake world. We are role playing.
I see. Well, here's the thing. You sound like barring you saying the definitive, like Gaza's bad, Israel's good, or Ukraine's bad, Russia's good, whatever.
And
It
real
sounds like the
quick,
same rhetoric
real quick.
from both
No,
sides.
before you continue, I have the courts. So if you make a decision, by the way, my courts are solid. So like we know what's happening. We get it, and we can reason ourselves through the next stages. 6-3. I mean, we're gonna say 6-3. That is our prerogative, and we're lifers. We're good. So,
These are two.
Let
These
me
are
know.
two.
Let me know. Let me know. Let me know where I can fail, because I would like to know. Go ahead.
Well, I would say that you probably just put me on mute because you basically are. But in the hypothetical, yeah, they're not listening to you. You're not listening. But liberals argue exactly the same way. Ideologues are ideologues.
Sure.
They're not listening.
Yeah.
They believe in what they believe, and regardless of the facts. And they're not even looking for facts. Like, it's just buzzwords. Like if someone is pro-choice, for example, okay, abortion stuff. We're two dudes. We can talk about this, right?
No, I mean,
Why shouldn't we talk about this?
one of my favorite things about being a cis male, like absolute white fucking cis male, is I get to dictate what women do. So go ahead.
Right, of course. But let's say we're talking about someone who is pro-choice, and let's say I bring up, I don't know, statistics or some sort of proof, something that we could, some sort of evidence, and let's say I even put it in context that says, that goes along the lines of maybe pro-choice all the time is not great. This person stops listening because the conversation, it's not a conversation. It's, are you A, pro-choice, or are you B, pro-life? Are you one or the other? Are you? If you're pro-choice, you're saying that. If you're pro-life, you're saying that. And then everything's tied onto it. And people stop listening. They're not listening. They don't want to discuss.
I
They don't want to
stopped listening a
hear.
long time ago. No, it's over.
They don't want to hear. Someone who's pro-life does not want to hear why it's okay to have abortions. They don't want to hear it because they are pro-life. So the moment that I have a title, I have a team. And the moment I have a team, I mean, this is stuff everybody knows. I'm not saying anything new. Back in the day, I played soccer, football to the Australians, and I sucked real bad. One of the reasons, I was like 17, 18, I just started.
Note, I used to play soccer with the governor of Kentucky, so like I'm better, but go ahead.
You are. I was terrible. I was playing, and I just gotten out there. I was like 17. And that's when I started, by the way, which is one of the reasons I was terrible. And it's outdoor soccer. So you're on the field. You could be on the field over here, and the ball is way over there, and people are just kind of standing around, kind of waiting to see what happens. And I was talking to the other team because we're just hanging out. It's U19, under 19. It's intramural. We're just chilling. It's co-ed. Doesn't matter if you win. Doesn't matter if you lose. And I'm like, hey, hey girl, what are you doing tonight? And I got into a lot of trouble because people were like, why are you fraternizing with the other team? And I remember thinking, why are you all taking this so seriously? We've literally paid to be here. We're having fun. We're getting exercise. We're playing. Why does it matter so much to win? There's no money involved. There's no accolades involved. There's no trophy involved. It's literally, we won. And we're under 19. We're not going to go out to the bars and drink. It doesn't matter. Like we're playing. Why not have friends? Well, you're not allowed to have friends with the other team. Team mentality is that way. You're not allowed to have friends. So if I'm pro-life and you're pro-choice, we can't have a discussion about it because there's some sort of betrayal. I was in a conversation earlier today about Trump and Biden. And my argument was, I don't think Trump should be president. Now, I have my reasons for thinking that. And I am a Republican, okay? Or I'm registered. I don't want Trump to... Let me finish. I don't want Trump to win. I don't think he should be running, to be completely honest. I think it is not as... coming from the South, I think what he's done and such, I think it would be a lot more ethical for him to step down. Because he looks bad. He looks bad, and if he wins, he makes America look bad. Hold on, I'm not finished, Ken. My point is this, although you have stopped listening. My point is, in this conversation, the moment I mentioned Trump Biden, the moment I mentioned it, and people know that I am not particularly liberal, they said, stop. Literally, that's what I was told. Stop. I don't want to talk. Stop this. Stop. I'm not even going to listen. That triggers me. I'm not even listening. Literally, they told me that. And I was like, but I'm actually arguing for you. I don't want to listen. They wouldn't even talk.
No, stop.
Because I did not immediately say, well, Biden's the best thing since sliced bread. Biden's not the best thing since sliced bread. Biden is not a good president, y'all. We need a better candidate.
I mean, if Biden died today, I feel like that would be good for the Democratic Party because at least they would have somebody else to be running for president. I mean, seriously, as much as I could give a fuck about Kamala Harris, like I think she would be 1,000% better. And she has problems. Like she has Black Lives Matters problems. Like where it comes to where we are as the human race and our ability as individual citizens to survive. as people. But that being said, she's under like 100,000 years old, and I'm in my 40s. I'm closer to 50 than 40, and and what I know about all of this insanity is that Biden should not be fucking running for president. Uh, Gavin Newsom is not an option, and and RFK can go fuck himself because he's bullshit. Like I would rather like Elizabeth Warren, who's not even in the game. Like Bernie Sanders had his option, uh, and it didn't pass. But he's old. He's old as fuck. Just like Biden, just like Trump. They're all in the same game, and none of these assholes, like all of these assholes, like they have no agenda. There is no point. There's no future. Like why the fuck vote and be in the world of somebody who is 107 years old, who has no future. I mean, to me, yes, there is a difference between Trump and Biden. Biden,
Bite him.
him,
The bite him.
bite him, bite him. There's no question. Like to me, yes, bite him is better. And I don't think about it. I don't have to think about it because of the rhetoric, because I respect people who are A, from Hispanic countries, B, from Arabic countries, from C, like women's rights, from D, like fuck and god damn it, why does the Republican Party have to take away rights? Like, I don't fucking stand that shit. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Biden. It doesn't matter. I'm in Kentucky. I'm gonna lose that vote. But I don't understand. I do not fucking understand people voting for Trump as an apathy vote, because that is insane. Where's the apathy of voting for a person who's been convicted of felonies, who is a recognized liar, who is like, is there like some kind of superficial evidence of maybe like, oh, could there be a conspiracy? Like how many conspiracies are there if there's one fucking motherfucker who is against like all of them? Maybe, just fucking maybe, the point is the one motherfucker is wrong and everybody else is correct. That's where I'm at. One motherfucker is wrong, everybody else is right.
So I don't disagree with you. What I was trying to say earlier today in the conversation was, it seems to me that the United States could produce a candidate or more than two
God.
that are actually worth a damn. Like,
as an atheist, I believe you that might be a possibility. Like as a weird fucking atheist that is going to hell, like I believe you. Like, is it possible?
I don't understand why. Like seriously, we just never seem to have good. We never seem to have good candidates. It seems to always be, well, it's the lesser of two evils. And in 2016, I had a few friends that voted for Trump, and I looked at them, and mind you, I'm the only one that's actually registered Republican, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, the leader of a country represents the country, and on top of that, they make decisions and everything, and then you look at their character and their history to kind of know, okay, is this the kind of person we want to represent the country, and is this the kind of person we want to be able to have that sort of executive power? when someone says, okay, well, I voted for Trump because I 100% didn't want Hillary, then I say, that makes no sense to me. Like, that's like, let's say I had a shit sandwich, a full-on shit sandwich. I don't want to eat the shit sandwich because I don't like to eat shit. But if I had another sandwich that had like, you know, it was like half covered in shit, I wouldn't eat that either. And if someone says, okay, well, you have to eat one of the sandwiches. Oh, okay, well, I'll pick the lesser of two evils. Well, no. Like, the fact is, as a body of voters, ostensibly, we can do things to change things. Now, someone says, "Oh, that's
no,
naive,"
nope. That's
and I'm like, well, it's not naive. It's hard. And the fact is, what do you want? But we've been dumbed down. We've been dumbed down to thinking that there's a difference.
I would like opportunity. I would like fair shake, like cis white male, fair shake. I would like to have my viewpoints expressed. I would like to have my awareness heard, because I am often hearing, I hear a lot of shit, and I'm often hearing that my concept of where we should be as people, that maybe my voice has been heard too many times, and other people's voices have not been heard enough. I would just like an equal.
Look, there's nothing
platform.
wrong with being cis and white, and I understand where you're going with it. It's an interesting target, but it's bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm Christian, and like I love
that. I might actually jump with you on. These are just buzzwords. These are buzzwords, and they get in the way. All right, I think that's a pretty good ending point.
Oh no,
we went straight up from TTRPGs straight down the gullet into the hell of politics.
This discussion has been brought to you by Forks and Knives and fucking bourbon.
Forks and Knives in bourbon. Fork knife bourbon. Thank you very much. Jesus. Hey, Sableton V, thanks for jumping on, man. We will be here Monday nights. Normally we're gaming. So actually gaming.
If you would actually take the time and energy to research us just a little bit, you too, motherfucker, can be a part of this nonsense, because you too can like give us a message and do some fucking research and actually take a little bit of fucking time to build a fucking character in the DreadLore system, because you haven't. And we know you haven't, because you haven't messaged us. You haven't contacted us. You're not fucking there. Like, you want to play some fucking role playing? Let's fucking
You're talking
role
about
play.
Everyone on Jesus. Lord. Well, Zableton, normally we're not this drunk. Normally on Mondays we play DreadLore, and on Thursdays we do the Geeky Gamer Podcast, where we actually interview people about really whatever they're geeky about. Really interesting discussions. If it's just Ken and I, then it often descends into madness. And normally I'm doing what Ken is doing. So we've just switched roles. All right. Sableton says, maybe, haha, I mostly played Chaosium games back in the day. You could try. Absolutely, dude. You are welcome to join us one time, many times.
I would like to. I got a little. So some of the guys, we got together, Punksicle and some other folks. We got together. Yep. We're gonna play a game. It's called Axe. So Bill hates this. on a fundamental level. He loves chess, but he hates the Axis and Allies. He hates it. He's like, why roll the dice in chess when you can fucking win the game because you're smart? We're gonna play Axis and Allies Global in a live stream
Oh hell yeah!
on the 29th of this month. It's gonna be all fucking day from 10 fucking a.m. EST till whenever we decide that Axis and Allies is over, and somebody cusses because I expect, like, having played Axis and Allies, there's gonna be some newbies. I've never played Axis and Allies Global. I'm a wild card because it's happening at my house. At my house. So I'm gonna drink
Afterwards,
as
they're
much
all
as
gonna
fucking.
fuck.
We're all gonna have sex in the anus, and it'll be great. Because
Hey, whoa!
anal sex is really awesome.
There's nothing wrong with it, Ken.
No, I mean it's real. I feel like it's real as a cis hetero, non-pegging anal sex person. I feel like I can say this. I don't know, in a way that expresses my love for people who are into anal sex and different things relating to anal sex and different things relating to, like, the idea of anal sex and the proximity. Axis and Allies is like that because if you roll a certain
like it.
way, if you roll poorly, it's kind of like being cut with knives in different ways, even if your strategy is on point. So we're gonna play Axis and Allies in a big fucking way.
I will not be there.
Bill will not be there, and he probably won't participate in any way, shape, or form. He might phone in.
I might be there in remotely just to be like, you guys are fucking.
We're gonna stream. We're gonna stream. I think we're gonna stream on the YouTube. So if you can find us, because I personally. I want to do the YouTube. I don't want to do the Twitch because I think Twitch can go fuck itself. I don't understand it as a Generation Xer. Like if I can't pre-record and watch it later, I do not give a fuck. If it disappears in fucking time, my fucking drink spilled over. If it disappears in time, it does not exist. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing.
It exists dead.
It is an unreality. So we are going to YouTube, and it's going to be permanent. So anything that
it's
any
a very
asshole
conservative mentality, you know.
Yeah, anything that any asshole says is like legitimate. It happens. It is over and over again. Like we are going to be permanent. It's like asphalt, except for like eventually we're not gonna have to repave
where
it.
Oi, hey, which YouTube?
I think we
DreadLore
should go
System?
to the Geeky Gamer Podcast YouTube. So it has nothing to do with any
Oh, no, we should.
nothing to do with any of this shit. So we're like on a different platform.
Yeah, it'll be on the Geeky Gamer Podcast. Go to youtube.com/Geeky Gamer Podcast. Lord, actually, do check out this the site. In the event the Sableton V, if you like at all what we're doing, you will love the Geeky Gamer Podcast because it's full of this. God. It is full of this. Going hard in the fucking paint tonight, baby. God damn.
Or be streaming on a different account on different fucking platform.
Playing fucking Axis and Allies, Jesus Christ.
Fuck you all. Fuck
God, it's so awful.
All. Fuck you all.
The thing
Like, if
is,
you
the
want to
thing is
talk
that
about Generation X, this is like as Generation X as it gets because it's passive aggressive as fucking hell, and you don't fucking know about it. So like,
I'm a
that's
millennial. I'm a millennial. I got nothing. I got nothing. I just bitch. Okay, I don't really have a point.
I win because I have the access to like axes and allies.
Oh shit! All right, we're gonna get out of here. Sapleton, thank you so much for joining, as well as Harold Bunkum there for a while, and whomever is lurking. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys actually paying attention to what we're doing because we're not just screaming into the void to scream into the void.
I feel like we are. We are so.
It kind of feels like we fucking are. All right, you want to lead us out, sir?
This is it. Fuck you all.
This is it. Fuck everybody. You know the person who is to blame for all of this is all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. A little bit of Couchfire Media Productions.
We never do
we
this.
Thank...
We never do this. We never go into. We never like.
We're thinking.
Look at. Right. There we go. We can hear ourselves.
You know which one is Judas? Judas is on this side.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Judas is usually on the opposite side.
Is it?
Judas is usually on the opposite side of, as in like on the opposite side of the table. Not always, but usually. Anyway, maybe not in this one. He probably has like silver and shit that he's been given. Regardless, I wanted to thank the Patreon people. If you want to join the Patreon to support us and, you know, elevate this stream and all that good stuff, please do. It's patreon.com/DreadLore, LORE. We got some Patreon peoples. Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline. They have been hooking it up for a while and kicking ass. Any music you've heard is all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. You can find them at all the socials and all that good shit. Put them in your shorts. Masturbate Spotify with them if you want.
Honestly, like, if you could do a play or two, like I get occasional plays from all lowercase letters on Apple, Spotify. So like, just go there and play it for a second. You don't have to listen to the whole fucking thing, but it'd be neat to see.
Yeah, no, it helps. It's actually good music. It's very eclectic and cool. It's not all lowercase. It's all lowercase letters. Kind of an industrial noise sound. It's pretty cool. Also, Couchfire Media Productions. That's all this. Takes a lot of time and effort from from Couchfire. Yeah, you can hire them.
No.
And help them out.
Fucking luck.
Soiree Productions are a bunch of fucking hacks. We hate them. Never look them up. They're on Amazon Prime. All right. I think that's it. Hey, you might subscribe to all the bullshit that we do. It helps. May not seem like it, but it actually does fucking help.
Like and share.
Like and share. See you guys.
Bye.